This is Xavier Washington, the 7-foot prodigy from the Heights. He was moving with his family to Crenshaw to go live with his moms. And he was kind of wondering what was going to change for him. But going ahead, he's heading into his senior year of high school. Now, he has D1 offers from all over the country to go play, and everything's looking up for him, and people got high hopes for this kid. But as we all know, anything can change in instance. But the question is, how will everything go? He was just trying to enjoy his last summer still in NYC and make the most out of it. He went to his favorite spot to get a burger and, just enjoy the day, relish the moment, Sometimes that's all you can do. He headed to the court, he was honing his game, getting better. He was gonna play for Crenshaw High School, and that's no team to sleep on, as they're a powerhouse and they're looking to make a push for state. It's not like he was new to Crenshaw or nothing. He visited every once in a while because this is his mom's place, and it kind of fit right in. He's a decent student, C's and B's, nothing too shabby, not too great, but he's really just hoping that his hoop dreams can take him all the way. Now we see him getting in his first game. He showed out a little bit, he showed flashes of greatness and what he can do, and just how he can show out for a team, being a defensive stalwart and just punishing other teams in the paint, as they really didn't have anybody that could contend with them. But this team, they're not too high on the power ranking. Sophie B. Wright, they're still really nice, but you face better teams the more you go along. But adjusting was kind of a bit weird to him, as he lost a lot of his friends, and over here he ended up kind of changing a little bit. Not really. He ended up getting affiliated, he was messing with girls and whatever. He was the big man around here, Baller's life was all on his case, uploading them. He was on news outlets and everything. Everything was going right for this kid. No more offers were coming in. He had more games coming up, and just more time to show out. Basketball was his one true passion, really the only thing he cared about in life besides his mom. Now in this next game, he showed out, more the athletic side of his ability, where the pick and roll was utilized much more this week, and it did not disappoint. Pick and roll to the lob, pick and roll to the dish in the paint. Just showing out. He also did really good on the defensive side of the ball, getting like 3 or 4 blocks or something like that, and that pick and roll was just deadly, man. Punishing teams in the paint, as you jump on him, getting yammed on him. You see what I'm talking about? And you gotta be ready whenever he's jumping. You gotta be ready to swat that, but you're not gonna swat it. And Xavier, he was just making plays in the paint. I don't see much like this. And he has decent handles for a big man too, standing on his size. Just find ways to get himself open. And he has a nice mid-range jumper. Now, if you give it to him beyond the arc, I really wouldn't trust him with the shot. But if you need a guy to lock down from, in the interior or maybe even the perimeter, he's your dude, man. I see he's just punishing teams in the paint. They can't stop him. Just a great player, and ain't much you can do once he gets you in that post. And a lot of teams, tried doing switching on him, switches, and they just couldn't find anything that sticks to be able to hold him. And he utilized that. If he could get that switch, he would punish you in the paint. You were in the post with him, either on offense or defense, he's punishing you. There was not too many teams that could hang with him. Remember what I said, he got affiliated. He ended up getting pressed by some dude from another block, and just kind of cracked out, and he ended up getting into a big fight, big little scuffle. And this was the start of Xavier's problem, as this fight would open up a lot of bad things in his life. A chilling at the corner store, you know, getting a little drink, getting ready for his next game, practice, you know. Gotta get ready for the day. He had a big algebra exam today. You know, just looking to pass that, get the hooping. But this dude's been putting in work, man. I'm telling you, on and off the field, I don't know anybody that works as hard as Xavier, man. Always in the weight room, always honing his skills, always running around. You know, not too many people can hang with a dude like this, you know, who just has an undying love for the game and will do anything to keep moving forward. I would impress the bench, you know, he could bench like, I think it's like 245, you know, with just ease. With multiple reps, his max was like 410. You know, this dude looking buff at the 7-foot size. You know, we see guys like Wemby, Shet, you know, around that size that just got slim frames. But he's not one of them. Now, offers, man, was looking up. But he still hasn't got an offer from his dream school, which is Alabama. Somewhere that he would like to commit. But, you know, that offer doesn't come through, he's not going. And we see Xavier, you know, showing more of that upside again. He's just been improving every week. He's been dropping more points. He's been dropping double-doubles every night, getting you at least 15 points and like 13 rebounds. And, you know, as coaches, I love to see that, man. And Xavier, he just has a high IQ. He knows when to cut. He knows when to set the screen. He knows what to do at the right time. And especially, like, how to draw in defenders. And then, you know, that weight room also helps at his size, you know. Since he's so big, he's just able to punish teams in the post. Having a little jump every once in a while don't hurt, you know what I'm saying? And on defense, I'm telling you, there's nobody that can hang with him. He just puts pressure like nobody else that I know. They're coming in with a lob here. But that, I don't think I've seen one person stop that yet this season. They just keep on punishing them on that pick and roll to the lob. And Xavier, you know, just a little back down then a spin. That's his go-to move because he's getting in there every time. Now, one of his tougher games coming up this year, you know. The game before that, Xavier did get fouled a lot in this game with Matador and some hard fouls too, you know. People trying to hurt him, maybe take him out, you know, limit the risk. In this away game, they just punted Matador and, you know, kind of disappointed that team's fans a little bit. And a good blowout. I mean, they just cooked them. They had nobody that could hang them. Now, this was probably one of the harder games of the season, maybe the second hardest for Sierra Canyon. And we showed out strong, you know, in the beginning of the game. I think we had like a 15-point lead or something. We were just shutting everything down on defense, getting in the post right there, putting in that work, easy layups. But now as the game went on, as you can see, we get us down by 116 to 115 there. And he comes in, mid-range jumper, home for the game. That shot. This was the hardest game probably of the season. It comes down to the wire for a 1-point buzzer beater win. Now we really didn't show out too much in this game. We still had a great game with like 13 points, 15 assists, and like 4 blocks. We really could have done more on the offensive side to help our team out more instead of letting it come down to having to shoot a buzzer beater. But it was time, bro. That offer finally came through. The head coach of Alabama came to our house after the game and offered us a full ride to my dream school. And Xavier was stoked, man. I'm telling you, he really didn't know what to say. Kind of speechless. Now it was time for his next game. You know, he was heading to practice late at night, preparing for this next game, which ultimately would be the toughest game of this season. But for reasons that you don't understand. Later that night, Xavier's mom died. Remember what I said, getting into that fight would start problems he can never fix. His mom ended up dying. Xavier went through a hard time, man. It was a little rough week for him. And the dude who did it was never caught as he bounced town. But Xavier had a game coming up. That was the one thing that he was focused on. Because he knew he couldn't give up on his dream. His mom would be disappointed. Now playing this game for his mom, he showed out. Playing one of the top ranked centers in the nation, bro, the number 3 center. And he was putting in work on Xavier in the first, getting in his head. Then Xavier started turning around in the second quarter. He just went on a run, punishing this team like no other. Just getting in the paint play after play and just yamming it on people, man. On defense, just swatting. He was not letting anybody in that paint. And he was going down in the fast break, taking it to the other side. And people were wondering why he looked so happy, but you know, sometimes you just gotta match that pain. And he would take every opportunity to get into that paint and take the foul, get some easy points at the line. Now, a lot more scouts at this game. This can be an important factor in his future, as it can show how he deals with tragedy and pressure. Coming in there with the double block play, going back down on the court on the fast break, they're dishing it. Xavier's gonna cut it, he's gonna get the ball, put him in the post, spin, pump fake, go up with an easy leg. Getting in there for some more defense. I mean, he was just punishing this team in the paint. And I'm telling you, once you see this box score and what he did in this game, he showed out for his mom. You know, it was just too important for him not to play good. But still, they're playing some good defense, but good defense always lose to better offense. Xavier is finding ways to get open, taking easy fouls and getting these and-one buckets like he's never done before in his whole career. And he set game highs today. 3 different game highs. And you know, you love to see it. The pick and roll just could not be stopped tonight, and every time somebody came in that paint, whenever he was on defense, he was sending it. Now working the defense here, getting in there, easy lay, creating the space. Getting on some defense. And there, that's his 9th block of the game. Coming in on offense, easy layup right there, getting the space. Going in with another lob and just yamming. I think it was good that this was a home game. I think he needed the atmosphere and everything, you know, just to kind of change his mind and everything. And this game, you know, it meant a lot to him. His dad also flew all the way in from Washington Heights to come see him play. And Xavier just punished this team. Even though they showed out and did good, he just did better. And he did not let up in that paint. I mean, he was still getting shut down every once in a while, but he made up for it. And that was his 10th block of the game right there. Setting a career high of 10 blocks. He also set a career high on rebounds with, I think, 17 rebounds. Just getting in that paint and punishing, winning over Winter Park 110 to 117. Also dropping a career high in 3 different stats, in points, rebounds, and blocks. And everything riding on this game for him. It's going to change the trajectory of his future. I mean, just look at that. Look at that box score. Now, you know, he's still at practices and everything. A lot of pressure. You know, he just tried getting his mind off of things. And, you know, very few things could do that in the situation that he was in. He did on the one thing that always took his mind off everything. It was hoop. We're playing in the last game of the season. It was Huntington Prep in the playoffs. He showed out for a really good game. You know, just punished him in the paint a little bit. That was it. You're probably wondering what happened and why he had an open run with NBA players. So they ended up losing the game by 3 and not making it to state because of that. And he got invited to play an open run with some, you know, big name players at this time. You know, we see Andre Drummond, we got Jordan Clarkson, Kelly Oubre, Harrison Barnes, and he showed out. You know, this was on Ball His Life, everything. You know, and he also knew it would boost everything for him, because if he shows out here, even though he's not declaring for the draft right now, you know, it shows well on his stock that he's able to contend with NBA caliber players. Now, showing up at this park, you know, he was back home in New York for this one, and really he was just there to watch the draft, you know. But he ended up getting invited to the run. You know, it was just kind of a bonus. Made a really good trip for him. Getting in a spin move with the slam. He's gonna get a shot to end the game right here. When he gets fouled, he'll go to the line. He ends the game here. But man, y'all know Xavier a little bit more now. And I have one big question to ask y'all. With all the college offers that you see right here, where should Xavier sign? Should he go to his dream school? Should he go to the G League? Or should he choose a different path? I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications, and peace.